everybody. And the announcements just sort of should have gone out to everybody. So we're so glad to have you all here tonight. First of all, I want to say shout out to Diana, who's not feeling well. And we send you all our love. And of course, to Peter and Carolyn Booker when they were here, and we love them as well. So, Teri, holding your space. Thank God you do. And we have Kelly Healer again tonight. And tonight we have our guest, Jeff from Tarot Ask Backwards. And it isn't ass backwards, it's ask. Ask. Yes. But we're glad to have you. Yeah, we like a little bit of that male energy, Jeff. Thanks for being here with us tonight. Yeah. And welcome to all the people, our regulars. We appreciate you so very much. And also to new subscribers that all three of us ladies have gotten from Linda G's show last week. We appreciated it, and we hope that you share your dreams and learn how to dream and remember. So there you go. Yes.
Hi, Patricia. Hi, Diane G.
Yes, Diane and Deanne and White Dragon Paul and Meg and Donna and Rossi, Maureen, Vicky, Jacqueline, Karen. Yeah. Charlie, Willow. Thomas is here. Roxy, Charlie. Yeah, we're just glad everybody's here. Erin Marie, nice to see you, my dear. Linda Kennedy. And CJ. Annie Bear. Who could forget Annie Bear? Mary Starshine. I didn't want to miss anybody. I hope I got most of you. Bora Bora, Janet, thank you, my dear. Paul Freed, great to see you, everybody. Thank you for being with us tonight. So we do have some interesting things to share. We've got, I'm going to start us out with Kelly. Kelly has something really interesting to show us and tell us. Yes.
Do you want me to bring it up now, Kelly?
Go right ahead.
Yeah, sure. Okay. Go ahead.
Her new boyfriend.
No, it's not my husband. It looks like him, but
so it was last week. I was in the kitchen, and my husband's office faces the street, and his door was open and the blinds were open, and I happened to be standing and glancing out the window, and it was like 2-3 o'clock in the afternoon. So middle of the afternoon, I saw this, except what I saw was black, and it was running down the middle of the street. And I wasn't scared, but I was like, wow, that's really freaky. And my oldest son, Tatum, was in the kitchen, and I turned to him. I'm like, you're not going to believe what I just saw. And he said, what? And I said, I saw this creature. I said, it was running on all fours. It was black. And I said, it had like these big, like shoulder like things. And I said, so if it was to stand up straight, it would probably be like 9 to 10 feet tall. And he goes, well, that's really strange. And I'm like, yeah, it was really, really strange. Well, I obviously couldn't get it out of my head. And so that night I went online and I just put in the description, and this popped up, and I'm like, this is exactly what I saw, except what I saw was black. So other people have seen it. And I think Randy said that she saw the exact same thing one night when she was driving down the road. It was like it crossed in front of her or something. So yeah, that was my my creature of last week. That's what I saw.
Wow.
So Paul said it's a cryptid, CRYPTID, and there are a lot of them out there. There was a movie I watched. I wish I could remember the name of it, but it was recently. And that movie had this kind of a creature in it. Yeah. What do you think, people? Patricia wants to share about who they are. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
I saw a picture. Oh, I love the Dead Files. It definitely, feels something galactic too. And I think, Teri, didn't you mention that it seems like it may be something that lives underground?
Yeah, I feel like it lives inside the earth and galactically. It's interdimensional.
Yeah.
So I feel like there's a lot of them that live inside the earth that, especially like the Arctic and different caves and whatnot. So, yeah.
And what the initially when I saw it, the first thing that I thought was it was like a dimension slip, like it had slipped out of dimensions. And yeah. Annie
Bear says that she thinks it comes from not a good timeline. There were experiments.
Yeah.
That could be.
No, those arms. How can you feed yourself? It reminds me of that Dante's picture that the people in hell, their arms were too long to feed themselves. Remember? Do you remember ever seeing that picture? Yeah.
And some of the sculptures, didn't he do sculptures like that too? Or somebody did?
Somebody did, I think. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. It feels like some kind of experiment, White Dragon. Yeah.
Interesting.
We're gone.
Oh, bird tribes. That could be.
Okay. Oh, like the Ken Kesey books, you mean? There was a book by it was not Ken Kesey. Yeah, the one that. What's the one with the guy from Mexico that had all those books out? Anyway.
Oh, Carlos Castaneda.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
those were really good.
They were.
Yeah.
Oh my, very strange.
And you, like at night, I think you would kind of expect to see this at night. Typically, but to see it at 2-3 o'clock in the afternoon was just
right.
That was what was kind of like, wow.
Yeah.
But I mean, I wasn't scared. It was just like, oh, that's a little weird.
Well, it's a good thing you believe in the things you do and not something else. I can imagine that it would. Yeah, Leah, you're probably right.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, play love.
I sometimes feel as if I'm not chosen to be seeing these things. Like I'm not.
You don't
chosen.
really want to. You've got enough horror going on in your world right now.
Yeah. Play Love Remember says, I saw a person's video out in the woods in maybe Tennessee, deer tent camera, and it picked up something like that. Can't really see the face there, though.
Okay.
Interesting.
Wow.
Yeah. Well, I think they're there, and we're going to see more and more of them, and they're going to pick us because we're,
Yep.
Yeah.
I agree.
Oh, good. You started. Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, right, Thea. I'm with you, girl. I'm not afraid of ghosts and things that go bump in the night, but if I saw
the good thing was it was running away from Kelly. It wasn't running towards her. So.
Yeah.
That's
it
the deal.
does look like a grasshopper. You're right.
Yeah. That's the deal that I have with my guides. I don't want anybody creeping up behind me.
Yep. Same. And Froxy Roxy, you're right, because people have seen this kind of thing on that TV show that you just mentioned.
Yeah, for years.
Yeah.
The Dead Files. It's been around. Yeah. Need new underwear, Jacqueline. Well, it's that kind of a week, isn't it?
It is that kind of a week, yes.
It is definitely that kind of week.
No doubt. No doubt.
Yeah, I agree, Charlie. We are going to see more things that were unseen. And I remember hearing that people who have had encounters with these types of things have said, we don't show ourselves because we know that we're frightening to you. We're not, they don't look like, in other words, like anything like us. So, yeah. It just, Lauren, you say it doesn't look like anything to be feared. It looks like one of the bird galactic beings with no feathers.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. I agree, Lauren. I'm not afraid of it.
Oh, there are. Okay. Okay. This is an interesting English teacher thing. There's a story, and it's a magical realism, and it is about a by Marquez, Gabriel Marquez, who wrote a lot of books, and it's an angel with moth-eaten wings. And that's what I would imagine it would look like. It's a whole story about that and how people don't believe it's real and all that because they expect angels to look like this,
Right?
not like that. Yeah. Oh,
Carolyn. Interesting, Carolyn. That one comes from a ship under the water. Yeah, so that would make sense how I felt like they were inside and outside.
yeah.
Yeah.
There you go.
Oh yeah, hospitals are a hotbed. Hospitals and Theo was talking about hospitals and ghosts. They mess with the equipment, don't they? Yeah. Hospitals in the DMV. I went to the DMV a couple weeks ago, and I was like, "Oh, the energy here is like, whoa, it's thick."
Right?
Yeah. I hear you. Mary Starshine says maybe a Mothman without wings. Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of great comments here. Thank you, everybody. It doesn't feel nefarious, Paul. Oh, good.
I agree, Paul. Yeah, I think so too.
Oh, Mary.
I have something in the thicket, woodsy area behind my barn. It has been there for many years. Susan Lynn said, leave it alone. Yeah, I had something come into my basement and it lives on the land. And it's like, I call it a district manager for Gaia. But
I love it.
But,
is he the one that stopped up your sewage?
No, she didn't have anything to do with that.
Okay.
That was, I think that was the atmosphere. This was us having a chitty bang bang week. So
okay, shitty bang bang. That's a good one, Teri. Thank you. Wowee. All right. Well, that's a good start to the evening. We do have one other thing that I did, and then I have all you. So I want to make sure that I get to you guys. I did not sleep. I told some people on another show that I was doing that I didn't sleep at all on Sunday night. My husband didn't sleep at all on Sunday night either.
I slept horribly that night.
Okay. You know how many people told me the same thing? It was incredible. So yeah, I finally did last night, but I slept last night. And what came through when I got up in the middle of the night to go to the potty, of course, was that our telekinesis is being asked to be activated because everyone lies and only we can tell the truth if we listen to their thoughts. And so we're being asked to do that. It was like a download that I got that said that. I don't know. I just thought I'd pass that along.
I love that.
Yeah.
And I woke up at 3:33 Monday morning. So when I looked at, that was strange.
Okay. Wow. But yeah, everything is just a big lie. And weren't we going to get to that point anyway, everybody, that eventually we don't have to talk?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. And we won't need AI at that point. I mean, we might use it in some pretense for ships and things, but we'll be the AI.
We'll be the AI.
We'll know everything.
That's not always good, though.
Well,
you'll know exactly what people think of you.
True.
Yeah.
Come on, they love you.
No, but that's protection, isn't it? Well, I mean, if I was at the DMV, I'd know what other people were thinking. That's what. What you. Yeah.
Well, don't we? Though when we walk in, we can read the room pretty good.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
Wow. All right. So here we have Meg. Thank you, Meg. Meg's ingredients. In my dream, I was in a field and a donkey with 45's head was stomping around upset. It had his hair and features, and it was strange. Well, the donkey is the representative of the GOP. Isn't it? I think so.
No. Is it the donkey? I thought we were the donkeys. Democrats.
Are the Democrats the donkeys or the elephants? I don't know.
Oh, the Republicans are the elephants, right?
Yep.
Oh, they are.
Yeah.
Ah.
But there's another connotation for donkey too.
Okay, that's true.
Come on, say it. Say it.
Hee-haw is right. Yeah. So, what he said in 1987 in an interview, that if he ever ran for president, that he would run as a Republican because everybody's really stupid and they'd vote for him and he could do anything. So, yeah.
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 That makes sense. Yeah.
So he's really a Democrat, but actually now he's nothing. He's a compromised person. So, yeah.
And I think he was a registered Democrat at one point.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. So was his son and his family, I believe. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Suzanne, maybe he's just a jackass. Thank you, my dear, for saying it. Yes. Yes. Absolutely.
Thank you for saying what we were thinking.
Yes, I know this, Paul. That's very true. Yes, he is. Yep. They are.
Yeah.
Hiding it. Yeah. Yep. Anyway, very interesting dream that she had, wouldn't you say, guys?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. We have to wonder too about some of the who's compromised in DC, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I think sometimes it doesn't matter what side of the fence you're on.
No,
there's a lot of people there.
There's a lot of it. Yeah,
I think it's bigger than he right now. I think
I agree.
I think it's way worse this time because
it's just a representation.
They're more in order and they've got their plans laid out.
Yeah.
And it's bigger than he, even though he's
he's not helping
things. Want to chop off.
I got strength, and I think it's just reminding us: don't let that bring you down. Yeah.
Right.
Yes.
I got reframe that he kind of totally reframed it, that he was a Democrat and he reframed it now to the situation that he's in.
Yeah.
Stomping around like an idiot.
Yep.
Yeah. I got barrier. So, we've got some stuff to get through.
Yep.
Some hoops on our path before things start running smoothly.
Yep.
We got Six of Wands triumph.
Good.
So
that's
was
a
on
positive
top of
card.
the deck. I didn't know we were pulling on this, but that's what I had.
All right.
Nice.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I like that.
Yeah.
Okay. So Archangel Michael told Paul, it doesn't matter who sits in the White House, they can't stop what's going to happen. Okay.
This is true too. That's a scary thing though.
Yeah.
Some of us,
we got our knives out. All right. There you go. All right. Oh, you sent Erin Marie. When did you send the dream? Oh, I think I see that there's something in my email box. So I'll pull it up. Yep. There you go. All right. So Paul is next. And I'll do this while you guys work on that dream. I got it, Erin Marie. Yeah.
Okay. Hello all. Had a dream last night. I was back at Rochester Castle. I was walking through it. As I did, I was hearing the piano playing Beautiful Dreamer. As I was walking to it, I woke up.
Uh-huh. Well, I love that song. Isn't that?
Too.
Yeah. That's a very I'm trying to think of when it was written. I want to say it was written during the Civil War, but I'm going to check.
And it could be, Paul, in reference to you being a beautiful dreamer, that, your life, has unfolded and it is just really one beautiful dream. I mean, you have manifested and are doing all the things that you have hoped for and wished for and all of those beautiful things. I did pull a card. I pulled two, and I got cosmic ordering, divine alchemy, and conscious manifestation. And that truly is what you do, Paul. You manifest all these trips. I mean, it seems like you no more than think it, and it happens. And then I got nourish.
Wow.
I don't know, Paul, if you ever get visitations from apparitions or ghosts or I feel like you have a ability to either teleport or like something where you're on autopilot and your spirit leads you in the direction of where you need to be. When they're all talking about manifesting, I'm getting the same thing, but I'm almost getting sort of that the subconscious is more important, and dream time is really important to you because it helps frame your life in ways that for others it might not. I came out with nostalgia first, which is the moon and
oh my God,
Cancer reversed, and it's not a bad memory, but it can be forgetful. It's almost like a suspension of memories that you're creating your own memories, and you're traveling through, going in places that other people aren't or have gone with you again in these memories. And then getting back to what I think Callie Healer was saying about manifestation, you got motivation, the King of Wands. So the boundaries and the protection are there in dreams for you. But that is like the pinnacle of where you're, and everyone says they're, in their best line when they're meditating or whatever. But I feel like it's so much different for you. And then I got freedom in the past reversed. You didn't until recently maybe project onto others what it was you had in dreams or what it was you wanted to share. And then I was still getting all these cards about achievements and whatever. And I got the Three of Pentacles, which is like contracts, or even the people that don't have money, all coming together for one common goal. So I feel like you do a lot of planning in sleep. I know that sounds strange, but I think you do, or you clean out the cobwebs in a better way than most.
Wow. Yeah, thanks, Rossi. I did look it up. Stephen Foster was the original writer of that in 1862. And so that would have been right before the Civil War. And he was experiencing health and financial troubles at the time. I think that's very, very synchronistic. So there you go. Yeah, that's
and
fabulous.
Also, it also might be about somebody that's passed.
Yeah.
And I kind of get, Paul, that this might be, this is you seeing their souls. You're the watcher. And I don't know if you've started doing any mediumship yet, Paul, but I can see you really being talented. Yeah. And really being able to work with that if you're interested.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, that's really wonderful.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Okay.
All right. Miss Mary Starshine had a vision last night. It's in two parts. Just before falling asleep, I saw a large number of people buried in a mudslide. Many of them were struggling to get out of it. I could see their faces popping through the surface and then their shoulders, some able to escape completely. One person had a huge bulging neon green eyes, and I was terrified. I didn't know the location, but it felt like it was a flood that trapped them. It sounds like what Kelly saw. The bulging eyes, and
that second or two right before you fall asleep where you get the feeling that someone is trying to contact you, or there's something you forgot to do, or there's this moment of peace. And if it's not the moment of peace, it's disruptive, or there's sleep apnea involved or something. But I'm thinking something like this might almost be something that your subconscious is trying to tell you that you don't want to know. I don't know, because some of the foreign entities in here, and then you're in the muck of it, and then you've got the bulging neon green. It sounds other planetly. I don't know if you've had another life, maybe, where you've been seeing something and you're kind of transported to that. I don't know. I'm going to read on it. I'm curious.
Okay. I just want to say that Patricia Franzino, Teri and I's emails, our comments come together. She was talking to another Patricia, so it wasn't for you. Yeah. Yeah, nightmare dreams can mean the body's out of balance. I agree with that. And what do I get? I get observe. So there you are, floating. All right.
I got prepare, Mary, and with everything, all the weather conditions going on in the world right now, you know, the flooding, the fires, the storms, and whatnot, you know, can make us, even if we're in a place that feels relatively safe, we see it going on around us, and it truly it does affect us. And so I got prepared. So I don't know what state you're in, Mary, but you know, no matter where you're at, it's always good to have a plan.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah. So what if this is a past life and this was a planet that was taken out, Mary?
Absolutely.
And because a lot of them were, right? And a lot of us came from those planets, and that's why we're here. We're helping everybody to ascend. So I kind of feel like that's why we're here. I'll go ahead and pull a card for it. And I pulled calm. That's why we're here, to keep everybody calm. Yeah.
I almost feel like there's a paranoid aspect to this, that someone might have hurt you, because I got growth reversed, which is the Three of Wands, which was a plan that was put into motion and it was sidelined. And then I got the Spy card, which is the page of, let me just hold it up right, but that's publicity reverse, but it's the Page of Swords in the Rider-Waite. I kind of feel as if either you possessed something that someone else either didn't know they wanted, or it was an idea or something that was taken from you, or somebody looked at you or did something and worked with you. And the boundaries in the past were broken. The Queen of Wands, that's up to me about boundaries when it's reversed. And then they were very close to you. I don't know if it was someone in your family that you might have gone away from, but I feel like they're tugging at you, or someone's tugging at you from your past too. But you're not ready to acquiesce to them, because even when you're about to doze off, even when you're in a peaceful state, you're still in a knee-jerk reaction sort of mode. That's kind of what I'm feeling from this, because as much as you try to get away from it, even in your sleep, you can't. 8 of Cups, Saturn and Pisces, you can't get away from it. And I got treachery, which is the 10 of Swords reversed. So you are doing the healing from it, but every now and then it sneaks back in, and it never really seems to go away permanently.
Oh, there you go.
That's
so
interesting what she says. Someone's trying to get a hold of her. Yeah. Not certain she can.
I'm
try.
feeling that energy like I was getting chills on those cards, because they told such a story. Yeah.
There you go. Yep.
Impressive.
Patricia Hernandez, I see you back there. We'll let you in just a few minutes. Okay, dear? Thank you. All right. Okay. Thank you, Mary Starshine. I'm sorry that that's going on with you, but I really do like
that. Is
it was great, Jeff, and I agree with you guys too, that there's also some other things that could be read into that particular. Yeah. All right. So let's move that out. So we'll let Patricia in next. Patricia was here with her dream last week in the audience, and she had sent it to Teri, and Teri asked her to come on today so she could explain it, because it's fairly long. And so we're going to bring her in, and here she is. Thank you for being here, Patricia.
Hi, Patricia.
Hi, Patricia.
Yeah.
Hello.
Okay, I'm hearing hello, ladies. Hello.
Oh, you got to turn your phone off. Yeah, turn off your phone. Oh,
Do you have another window that has YouTube up?
Should I stay on StreamYard or just get on the stream?
Just stay on StreamYard and just X out of the YouTube window.
Hold on.
X out of YouTube, because that would be.
Is that better?
Yep.
Is that better?
I think.
Yes.
Yes.
Yep.
It is.
Okay.
All
Okay,
right.
good. Oh,
All right.
all right. So what I would like to share with the group is I think it's an actual, I want to say it was an actual experience that I had.
Okay.
And it involves Dr. Gale and Medical Mike. And what happened, and this happened maybe about 2 weeks ago, was when I get a download, I actually feel it here on the top of my head. Okay. And all of a sudden, I heard a voice say to me, it said, go to your bedroom, take a candle, bring incense, you're going on a journey. Okay. And I said, whoa, okay. All right, I am getting some buffering. Okay. Am I still good with you
You're
guys
okay.
here?
Mhm.
You're
Yeah,
okay.
you're
Okay.
fine.
Yeah.
There's a
Just wanna
delay.
make sure. Just want to make sure.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So I said, oh, go on a journey. And you have to understand that I have on my wall, where my bed is up against, is a huge tapestry of the Merkaba. So I said, oh, I said, I sort of figured that it had something to do with going there to that area if I'm going on a journey. And so I lay down, my eyes were closed, and the first thing I saw were two reptile beings. And I got a little scared. And I telepathically said, can we please lighten this up? Okay. And the next thing I knew is I see Dr. Gale. Now, should I explain who Dr. Gale is? She has her own YouTube channel.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
She's an ET experiencer. I think she also has, a nursing background, a chiropractic background. And she appeared and she said, Patricia, I'm here to help you and calm you down if you need it. And I said, oh, okay. And then Medical Mike, who is a hybrid, my understanding he's a hybrid that is Dr. Gale's medical assistant, showed up in a jester outfit. He was he had the horns up here with the jingle bells, and he had a rattle, and he was rattling it. He was making silly faces at me, and I just burst out. I just started chuckling, and I said, well, I did ask to lighten this up. And the outfit that Dr. Gale had on actually sort of glowed. It was sort of glowing. And the next thing that I remember was I felt sort of pressure more in my lower abdomen area. So I had a suspicion that something was being worked on there. And the time frame was maybe 15 minutes, maybe. But I mean, I have to admit that I can't really be accurate about that. And then I heard a voice say to me, and it was a guidance as far as making sure that I drank water, that if I was tired, to sleep, okay. And I asked if I could, and not to do anything. It was almost like, please just rest now. Please just rest. Okay, we're buffering. Okay, am I okay? Because I saw buffering.
You're fine. Yeah,
Yep, you're good.
fine.
Okay, doke.
Oops, and then she's gonna-
So I did say, is it okay if I do one load of a small little load of laundry, and they said, oh yes, you can do that. But if you get tired, we want you to rest. And so I probably was there for maybe another half an hour, just sort of feeling, and I wasn't sure what was going on, but I wasn't frightened in any way, shape, or form. And the next thing I heard as I was getting up, I heard a voice say, "Oh, she's doing much better than what we thought." Okay, and I said, "Oh, okay." So I was prompted to actually email Dr. Gale. And I asked her, I said, this is the weirdest thing, you know, I had such a unique experience. And she came back almost immediately and she says, what I get, it was me and Medical Mike and 2 reptilian guards. Okay. And that what happened is that you went through an upgrade. She also said that you'll probably be changing your diet. And she says they're saying something about peanut butter. Okay. And she said, I'm not quite sure why they're saying peanut butter. And then she says, oh, if you feel dizzy, make sure you eat peanut butter. Or basically, I think it had to do with just keeping balanced and keeping my blood sugar up if I had any dizziness. I had no dizziness. I had nothing whatsoever. And she's told me also that she was told there's going to be 2 more huge upgrades in the next 2 months. Okay, that I was going to go through.
Yeah.
And
Makes sense.
And I'm assuming it's all under my me okaying this because I'm actually fascinated with anything to do with space and star beings and things of that nature. Let's see, was there anything else that she said? I'm trying to remember. Oh, over the weekend, I actually went through an upgrade. Excuse me, not an upgrade, an adjustment. I was told again to go lay in my bed and take a candle and incense and lay in the bed. And I was told we're doing an adjustment of the upgrade that happened. So that was an actual experience that I had. What I did is sort of, we're going to start to remember almost every of happened for me, that, and wow, even though like somebody else has to what was the different 3D part of Archangel Michael that actually manages the reptilian guards. That's what I was told the following day. So I have a reptilian guard by the name of Garth, and I have a reptilian guard by the name of Hork. And they're here right now. See, one's here and one's here. I can feel them right here as they thank you. And I'm thanking them. And I'm thanking Archangel Michael. I'm thanking Creator. My only thing is, why am I getting 2 reptilian guards? Is there something on the horizon? You know what I mean? It's like, why am I getting 2 guards? You see where I'm going with that? Is that making any sense?
Yeah.
You need the protection. Yeah, go ahead, Jeff. Yep.
Look what I got. This is the moon in this deck, but look at the frog. I have 5 things I picked up on from you. The first one is that there's almost this ability. You're coming into gifts and realizations. Either you were reptilian in a different life, or you've been able to regenerate your health. I don't know if there's been some health concern where you've healed yourself homeopathically or what they call allopathically, but you've also come into your gifts recently more, and I don't know if they were always embraced by someone around you. And I also heard something about there's this ability that you have to flip the situation now in a way that you couldn't in the past. And I almost heard if there were ever a depression that you went through, there's something here about you've been able to talk yourself out of it in ways that you haven't been able to before. It's almost like you're able to heal now. You can regenerate your skin the way like a reptile would, and you don't perceive your flaws as obstacles anymore. But I feel like within your family, or there might have been some sort of detachment from family, because things might have been things that you were working through were kind of not seen as strengths on the other side. They were kind of like, I'm hearing like the scarlet letter or something. But I got like growth and all these cards for you that are regenerative. And then I got the High Priestess reversed, which is like loud energy, which came in for you. Like, and that was paired with the signifier card, which for me was the, what was it? It was the growth card. So it's telling me that you're in a phase right now where once you might have been afraid of something like this, just as you said at the beginning, you've come full circle where like you can embrace all of you now is what they're telling me.
Yep. Cool.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, I do. I was told that, and I was told by Jesus visited me, and he did say to me, and it's sort of, when he said, you can now heal yourself and heal others. I said, I can. To heal myself is easier for me than heal others. But I do use homeopathic remedies.
I was getting that a lot, like allopathic, homeopathic, things like that, where a lot of people wouldn't, and I think maybe in the medical profession, they might have been discounted. You might have someone around you that's very well versed in healing from a medical standpoint, but you have this way of negotiating your own way and your own strength. And I feel like those reptilian guides are still with you, helping you.
Yeah.
I could be off, but
I do have a teacher that said to me, you go by the beat of your own drum, is what.
Yep. Yeah, you got, when the moon reversed, to me, that's about something that's already happened that you've overcome, or a secret that's already come out. So and that was the energy that you were sitting in toward the end, and you've had a tower moment recently too. They told me, because that came in. So,
wow. So what I got for you, Patricia, was that they want you to relax and move into these gifts. That's why they put these two. They gave you these reptilian guards. And Paul is saying that you're being prepared for greater service in the Federation military. So look at that. Yeah.
Oh, that's cool. That is.
It is cool. Yeah.
Oh,
Teri, what about you, Teri?
So I love that you got the guards. I feel like that's because you see the light. And there's this woman, that's you, Patricia. And when we see the light in the darkness, then the darkness does get a little afraid of us sometimes. So we do get the guards coming in. And I've been talking to Paul about this a lot lately too, about the guards that are coming in to be around us. You're going through new cycles, new open doors. You're getting all the new gifts that Jeff was talking about. And ancient wisdom is coming in. And that's none other than Reverend Saul. So exactly like him. I mean, you just,
Yeah. That's true. That's true.
So I think that's that healing energy.
Yep. Kelly?
I got that the age of light, and it says you've been training for this for years. And so or no, that you've been training for this for lifetime. So you've been doing this over and over and over again. And I got that you wanted this, that you manifested it, and to continue on, because I get that you are a healer, and that you also this part of your journey was you were healed too, and they said just say yes. And then I got your that they had done some work on your sacral chakra.
Mm-hmm.
And then this one I thought was really interesting. There's 3 of you, and it says communication co-creation, and that you all are working on this together. And it really seems like the candle and the incense are really like what's the word I'm looking for? It's almost like they're calling. Like when you get out the candle, when you get out the incense, they know it's time for them to come in and do work with you.
Beautiful.
Yes,
Yeah.
thank you. So I'm saying, I'm keeping my door open is what I'm.
Yep.
Yeah.
Good
I
thoughts.
love that,
Yeah.
Patricia.
Yep. Me
That's
too.
awesome.
I just had an apparition in back of me that said, all is well.
Mhm.
Oh,
I don't know. Like you know how you feel someone behind you? Yeah. And you don't know why.
Yeah.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Patricia, thank you for agreeing to come on and talk about
Thank
your
you.
visions. Yeah.
thank you.
Yeah. Thanks, Patricia.
Thank you, Patricia.
Yeah.
Yeah. Beautiful.
Yeah, I'm honored to be here with all of you. Thank you,
Okay.
Teri.
Oh,
Thank
As
you.
we are.
you. Yeah. No, thanks for coming on.
Yeah. So all you got to do is click at the little X at the bottom, and you're taken out of here, and you can go back to your YouTube. There she goes.
There we
All
go.
right. Thanks everybody for thank you so much for that. So we're back to some dreams. That was interesting though. Wow.
Mm-hmm. It was a
Amazing.
really
That was
good one.
cool.
It was very amazing. Yeah. We've had some really different stuff tonight. Really different. And it just shows how the cycles go, doesn't it? I mean, like we get this cycle of visions, and then we get a cycle of the same dreams, and yeah, it's wonderful. See how connected we are. So
And so that we're progressing.
we are progressing. You're absolutely right, and we're getting more vibrational energy in the chat because of it, and that's bringing even more. And thank you all for still being here. We appreciate you. So we're not taking any more dreams tonight, but we have a bunch that are already awaiting being looked at. And this is from Willow, and Willow is one of our community, and she was visiting her 2 sons, Caden and Braxton, and in Alaska. They're up in Alaska, and she's not. So she said, we were having a good time. Sophie wasn't in the dream. Braxton and I ventured off base with the Pontiac, and it broke down. We walked the streets, but it was packed, so we sat. I ran into Christine and her daughter. These are friends of hers, I believe. We played catch up and asked Braxton questions like, do you know how long we'd be friends? We were going to go to her place. She went and got it started. We were headed there, but I didn't know the name of the base, so we got lost again. But it seemed like a maze with chaos all around. And at some point, we were in a food part of a mall. In a building. By the way, one of her sons is at a base. He's in the military, so he's up, and the other son is just staying with him. Later, Braxton and I went to look for her, and she was crying. And some man was there. She told us something, but I can't remember. But it was along the lines of leaving. I tried my car again, and she said, "Nope, that's mine. Whoops, I don't know where the. Oh, there you go." I was alone. I sat across from some guy I recognized as a psychic. Then I got my stuff back together, and I said something of the sort back to him, so he knew who I was. And I think, oh, is this her? No, that's Erin Marie. I think that's all I have. I don't know if there was something after that. I apologize, but that was a lot. Yeah. So, any place you need to, she has a lot of cars. She has the base in the dream. She has the cars in the dream. She has her 2 boys. She has he's in the military. It's in Alaska.
There's a lot of sadness to me in this.
Okay.
It's almost like there's a lot of confusion and doubt, and somebody lost somebody in a war, I'm hearing, and there's this loyalty to or fidelity to country that somehow led to sadness. I don't know what this means. I don't know why I'm hearing that.
Okay. I will tell you this. She's gone through some, well, the woman in the dream were friends that she hadn't been in touch with, girlfriends she hadn't been in touch with for quite a while. So there's some loss of connection, right? Plus her 2 sons live very far away from her now. And so that's a loss of connection. That's what's coming to me, but I'll let you ladies also weigh in here.
I get the car being your journey, your transportation, your journeying, and like Allie just said, and feeling lost. But the car being kind of the journey that you're on, and the chaos around you. It could be in your personal life. It could be in the outer, what's going on in the world. I also feel like there's like a need for you needing your children and them needing you too. And I thought it was really interesting that the car started after you talked to Caden. And so I think there's something about that connection there that he is he's the one that is probably needing you and you're needing him. I do get that there's like a shedding of fear that's going on, and a deep healing. I did pull a couple cards and I got transformation, that you're going through, Willow, a huge transformation right now. And it says things are changing on a cellular level and there's some deep healing going on. And then loving, I got loving and compassion, and I truly think that that's you, and your connection with your kids and your friends, and I think it's a good thing. I mean, I think sometimes we have to shed those layers of loss and fear in order to get where we're going. But I do think that there is a need of needing your children and them needing you too.
Can I interject that Willow is taking care of her very ill mother and sometimes her very ill stepdad. So her kids have been displaced. One of them is the older one that's in the service. The other one isn't that old. I mean, is probably in high school, I think. But it's the mother-child thing, because Willow's taking care of her mom, and she's a mom, and she probably is, wanting to take care of her boys in her own way.
More so, but she's so dedicated to her mom and her dad right now, that are really pulling at her and needing her right now.
Yeah, absolutely.
I feel too like one of the kids was, I don't mean to cut anyone off. I feel like one of them has a really an affinity for fixing cars, like a mechanic sort of energy. I'm also getting that this is a really, really hard time for you. In the sense that none of this seems to add up to anything, meaning there's no resolution to anything. There's nothing. And it seems to me that life seems like finite in a way, and you're tired of seeing people come and go, is what I'm getting. And the other, in the subconscious part, the moon came out. So I kind of feel like you're having to suppress a lot of sadness just to keep someone else afloat. And yet your own person, justice isn't always just. The justice card came in reverse, where that should be about something personal. There's something that you're really lamenting about someone else's plight that is not just devastating in the sense that it feels unjust, but everything was done to try to prevent it, and it still happened. And there was a disconnect from family at one point that you
yes, there was.
And you finally came back around to a reconciliation of some type, but yet you feel like you're carrying that burden still when you should forgive yourself, is what they're telling me from these cards.
You've nailed it, honestly, from what I know. Yes. Yeah.
Because I don't know you. I don't know.
Yeah, no, he doesn't know. No,
actually, I know Rooted Willow, but I didn't know the story. Yeah.
The story, right?
Yeah.
Teri?
Yeah. And I love that, Jeff. That was amazing.
That was beautiful.
This is a time for you to
all in the cards. Yeah.
yeah, kind of accept yourself, Willow. Like I know that you're taking care of everybody else, but kind of look at yourself too. If you've got a minute, it's like all these cars, all this stuff going on around you, and it's time for you to be present for Willow when you can.
Yeah.
I don't know what that's going to mean for you, if that's being in nature, or it feels like this Christine, this old friend, like finding your old friends inside you, finding that little girl inside you. You're going to have some friends that are going to come in and help, though. So, and these might be friends. I don't know if Christine's from childhood, but these are little tiny angels coming in.
That's one of them is Linda Kennedy, because she and Willow are very tight. So that's
okay. Yeah. So you're gonna have some special friends that are coming to help with this, Willow. It's like at least 2. So yeah.
Thank you for sharing with us, dear. I hope that helped you a little bit. Yeah,
Willow.
But we absolutely send you our love and support. We're there for you. Yeah. All right. Oh, Jacqueline says, Jeff, that your voice reminds her of Kevin from The Office.
I'll have to go watch Kevin from The Office tonight.
Yeah.
Well, that's wonderful.
Yes, maybe then I can put the name to the face. I don't know who that is.
There you go. I'm glad that you have Linda and Christine Fryer. Yeah, absolutely. They are fabulous ladies.
They're beautiful women.
Yes.
They are. I'm so glad you've got them, honey.
Me too.
Yes.
Me too.
It's a blessing. It is really a blessing.
Yeah.
So Jeff, Thomas doesn't really have a dream, but he does always say that they involve a journey for him, and he's always putting on his socks and hiking boots to go on it.
Interesting.
I almost get the sense like, and I know Thomas very well, this sort of outdoorsman, sort of like with a scully cap and like a pipe or something, almost a philosopher in the woods setting out on a journey. And I know with some of the physical issues that Thomas has, it's a difficulty, but I feel like he can be free and be in that meditative state in nature. But let me see what I get from it.
Sure, of course. I remember we read for Thomas at one point. I don't know why I'm getting feedback here. I
don't know.
Is your phone, Jeff?
It may be. I don't know. It may be.
But I remember him having a dream about being out with his brother and his father fishing. So that made sense. That's a journey as well. Elmer Fudd.
Yeah.
I can't believe I saw a putty tat.
It almost feels There is an echo, isn't there?
Yeah. Somebody's got something on. I'm checking all my windows.
Okay.
I'll check mine, but
I don't
yeah,
have anything on.
I don't
Me either.
Yeah, I
either.
don't.
Now it's gone. Okay. It's gone. Go ahead, Kel.
It almost feels like this is what you were when I was back. No. Like I'm trying to think of the word like a journey, a journeyman or something that I can't think of the word that would go out looking and hiking the land like in the early days that that you're remembering. That I get that you're remembering this from past lives where you used to go out and live off the land and just that's what you did. You would take just a bag with you and you would go live off the land.
Like the fool.
Yeah.
I just thought of the fool when he's almost stepping off the cliff.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. You're causing static.
Thomas, aren't you moving? Because Jacqueline says surveyor, explorer, exhibitionist. Yep.
Explorer. That's the word, Jacqueline, I was looking for. Thank you.
Yeah.
He was a nomad. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. It feels like you getting ready for this new part of your life. It's going to be pretty exciting.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, nomad. I love that, Maureen. Yeah. Don't get ready to receive.
Mm-hmm.
You've got some
and reflect is what I get. Yeah, it's asking you to reflect back on apparently past lives. Yeah,
and I got to remember.
Okay, there you go.
Yep, I got to remember.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, Jeff. Anything?
You no longer have to worry about playing it safe, is what I'm hearing from this, because I had the Four of Pentacles reversed, which to me, it can be profligate spending, but with its being like the sun in Capricorn, I really think if you're prone toward feeling as if you have to hold something back out of fear every day, you no longer have to do that, because even though the boundaries have been put there and you sometimes feel as if you didn't put them there yourself, with the Knight of Wands, that protection is around you while you're journeying. So in other words, even if the destination isn't what you want it to be, the actual progress that you're going to make, kind of like what Callie Healer said, whatever you're setting out on, I got the energy from her cards and from what she said that it's gonna work out. And this to me means that you don't have to necessarily worry about the boundaries and the time that it's going to take. In the past, this is energy that to me means it kind of straddles the line between feminine and masculine. If you look at it in the Rider Waite, it could be when it's reversed, but it's a bad offer. You don't have to settle anymore. I feel like you've been settling your whole life on some level, because it came in with the Six of Pentacles and you've been giving more than I think you've been receiving. But on this journey, you have this wisdom now that you didn't have before. And you're going to take that just wisdom and put it toward what it is you need to negotiate your way toward the next phase in your life. Because this is all about, it is about justice, but it's also about strategy. So this is a really good time for you, is what I'm hearing from it.
Good. Wish you well, dear. Thank you. I'm sorry, Patricia Franzino. I can't find your dream, and my 100 apologies. If you wouldn't mind putting it back up, I would appreciate it. I have Maureen's next. Then I have Erin Marie's, and then I have Jacqueline Anderson. Leah and Meg. Okay. Couldn't open your back door, and I called on Archangel Michael. You couldn't find your way out. I think this has something to do with your surgeries. You're just feeling like there's no way out of what needs to be taken care of. She's been going through having teeth extracted, and she's like down to none at this point. So she's got that going on in her life. I'm just going to put that out there. Yeah, it is a lot. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
It feels like when you, oh, go ahead.
That's okay. I got the request. Your request was heard from Michael. Yeah. Anyway, go ahead. Yes. Go ahead, Teri. Sorry.
Yeah. It feels like when you go into sleep, Maureen, you go into really deep space.
Yeah.
And it's just like, I can just feel it. And it's like so comfortable. And so to come out of that into this gravity and this density is like kind of, kind of get yanked into it. Yeah. So very disoriented, but Archangel Michael's there helping you pass through all that.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
I got angel frequency.
Ooh.
Oh, I love those.
And it says, the angels are here, you are safe, and in potent connection. So just what everybody just said, you are so connected, and that they're surrounding you. The other card I got was illuminate, and that's exactly. I mean, you don't ever have to worry about them not seeing you, hearing you, because they are around. And all you have to do is like you did is you just called on him, and boom, he was right there. So you are protected, Maureen, very, 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 very much.
Yeah.
I get that your faith is being tested. I'm also getting that someone in your family had the same sort of afflictions. I feel like you've had chronic health problems, maybe from childhood, but I kind of feel like you kind of plow through it. You know what I'm saying? Like even in pain, you're plowing through it. The other thing that I'm getting a lot of here is in the history that you've had when you've tried to rely on faith, and I kind of got this from the dream. You said disoriented, but you felt protected. Most people, when they feel disoriented, wouldn't feel protected.
Wouldn't feel protected, right?
But there's that sense of divine disbelief here. I mean, or whatever they call it, the suspension of disbelief. I kind of feel like you've had to develop your own sense of faith and your own spirituality, devoid of what dogma has to say, because in the past got the King of Pentacles, which to me, is a resource that I think let you down. Or maybe your father or somebody in your family that was really, really strung on dogma or religion. You kind of developed your own way and freed yourself, because you got the Eight of Swords, which is about thoughts. But those thoughts were encumbrances that you could free yourself from. And when you knew that you could, you had the Ten of Swords like a prison. And the motivation or the inspiration that could have come from religion, I think, was holding you back. And then you just plowed through it. And then that sort of concurrent feeling of being in pain physically was really, really weighing on you until you really got a hold of your spirituality. So it kind of comes back to that first thing that you said that was just reiterated about not feeling like, even feeling protected when you're disoriented. Seems kind of incongruous, but it makes sense given the cards I got.
It's wonderful that she could call him in that quick in order to get a solution, because a lot of people wouldn't be thinking about that.
It's amazing.
Yeah. So connected.
Yeah.
Right? She is.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you so much, Maureen. Much love to you. She also is having a thyroid biopsy, so please send love and healing to Maureen.
Yes.
That's a lot. That's a lot. Yeah. All right, Patricia, thank you so much. She's been waiting since last week, so I want to make sure we read her. She watched a group of actors, and a woman said, "We're using an author's 5 to 7 stories for characters." Another actor carried in saying he had to get into character. What was this? Oh my God, that sounds like 6 characters in search of an author. Did you ever hear of that play? That was a cool play. It's very existential.
Wow.
Hmm.
5 to 7 stories for characters. Interesting. This could be
This is
fifth
a
or
riddle.
seventh dimension. Yeah.
I feel like this is layered, and who's running the story? Is it character driven, or is it actor driven, or is it the character behind the actor? Is the actor really the real person?
That's what the play's about.
Identity issues. Authors, I feel so like confused by this by looking at it. It looks very interesting to me, though.
Yeah. I feel like, Patricia, that, the whole world's a stage, number one, but also witnessing awareness, watching things on stage. And that fifth and seventh dimension, that's what we're doing. We're watching things, we're witnessing, we're not tied to the outcome.
There's the fifth to seventh dimension. That rings true.
Yes.
Wow. Yes.
Yeah.
I get ponder. I get ponder.
Oh,
You're
I love
pondering the unponderable in some ways. Yeah.
I feel like there's a rigidity to this that conforming. I'm also feeling like adaptability. From that conformity, you found your own way to negotiate, a way to be adaptable to a lot of different circumstances in your life. And if the character were driving the story, or the story created the character, you yourself have bore as someone else that witnessed to that and grown as a result of that. I'm going to read on it and see what I get.
Okay. Kelly, did you?
This came out first. This is the card I was thinking of, Hierophant. So you had to deviate from the norms, the layers of society, things that were imposed on you in order to, I guess, grow. With 10, you felt you sort of imprisoned by circumstance. And so like within this here, are the characters driving the story? Are the actors driving the story? Is someone a puppet master behind all of it? Is there a way to kind of fit into it in a way that reconciles all aspects of it? I kind of feel like you're able to see things, as someone said, on that 5 to 7 degree level, as if you're not in the 3D anymore. Maybe you are in the 5 or 7D or something.
She is a dancer, Thomas. I don't know if you knew that, but Thomas said, "Dance where you're led." And,
wow, love that, Thomas.
She's a ballroom dancer. Yeah. So
yeah.
Wow, very good. Kelly,
Essential.
did you?
Yep.
Did you say something, honey?
I got I pulled Council of Light, Patricia, and it's divine orchestration, helpers in this the subdual realms. And so I do think, like everybody else has mentioned, that you are going between 5 and 7D, and that the Council of Light is really there and pushing you to get there. I also pulled gratitude, and that is part of us that helps us get to that whole 5D, is being grateful for where we're at and what we have. And then I pulled balance, which kind of comes into effect of the whole dancing and being able to balance out all the aspects of your life. As dancing being one of them, which obviously you need your balance, but from work to play and all the other aspects of it.
Wow.
Beautiful.
Well, thank you. I'm so glad we got to read that for you tonight, Patricia.
Yes, thank you for coming.
The dreams are getting so fascinating, even more. They are. Yeah. So we've got, I think, 3 or 4 parts to this. Erin Marie, brand new to asking about a dream. I wanted to share, I had a dream in 2021, which was written in her journal. It's pretty long. I was at a kind of a service where I was asked to lead a ritual and recite something called the Lillian chant. There was a tall blonde woman who looked to be in her 50s or so, and she was expected to recite with me. This reminds me of another dream that somebody told me about a while ago on the show. Honestly.
It does sound familiar. I'm with you. Yes.
Yeah, it's very similar.
Mm-hmm.
And there were others as well, and everyone was barefoot. I led the group in a hymn while making gestures with my hands, one of which was rock and roll gesture. I was reading the hymn from a book which contained images, and the image I remembered most was one of an omega symbol with wings over fire. After the ritual, I asked the tall woman about the verse that she meant to recite, to which she, said, I don't need to. It's still stuck with me all this time. I'm sorry, I'm losing my voice. And I'm wondering exactly what that meant. Okay.
Right off the bat, it kind of feels like it's like a past life.
Mm-hmm. It's so interesting that the beginning of this was so very, very
It's
familiar.
so detailed. It feels to me like you're a person with a lot of detail.
Uh-huh.
Like you're maybe if there's a lot of Virgo energy around you or something, like I feel like you're detail oriented. I don't know if you're in any, but I'm also getting a lot of stress. Like, I don't know if there's like a problem with your stomach or your heart or things that stress you out, but I'm getting the left side of my chest here and I'm getting kind of anxious. So I'm wondering if you're a perfectionist. I'm just kind of seeing, yeah. You really lay everything out pretty detailed. Three of wands, and then the 5 of wands is your challenge. So that doesn't have to be fighting. It can be people with just different intentions trying to get the same way. The cups, yeah. And you're also very much oriented to mirages. They're telling me you see a lot of things in visions that don't really reconcile with reality, but it helps you to define those things that you see in detail. That's interesting. King of Cups reversed, yeah, and then Knight of Pentacles, which is you're also, yeah, you're the subconscious is the Knight of Pentacles, which is mercenary energy. I don't know if you're like a workaholic or very detail oriented, but I just get the sense that you have a very, very strong sense of how you want your life to be, and very much set in the ways that you want it to do without its being rigid, and you like that. I think that's what that means. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So I just looked up Lillian, and because I knew that there's several stories about Lillian, and one is Lillian was the goddess of truth. Another one is Lillian being Adam's first wife.
Now that's Lilith, but
that's Lilith.
Close enough.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So close.
Yep.
Really interesting, though. I do feel like it's something to do with your truth. That something in there, Erin. Yeah, she pays a lot of attention to detail, and it feels like you're really, really honest, like honest with others and honest with yourself, and you see things, and you might see things in a different way than other people do, which is okay. You're at home here, so we do too.
That's true.
There's something beautiful in it. It's all about spiritual growth. So I feel like you're also a teacher, Erin. Like I don't. It could be just by people being around you that you're teaching with your light, but you could also be a teacher, and that that's something that you're going to be doing is pulling other people up to where you are.
Erin, what sign are you?
She did say she was a Virgo moon, but she didn't say what she was. So,
yeah, are you like an Earth sign? Like regular, like your what do you call it? Your sun sign. Do you know?
Yeah, your sun sign. Yeah.
Yeah.
Kelly. Oh, she's Aquarius.
Aquarius. Yeah. Okay.
for me, I'm really picking up like it was like something that she was looking into from a past life.
Yeah,
Hanging out with her soul sisters, like dancing around. That they were all about freedom and shining their light, and just doing the rituals and almost kind of like witchy kind of stuff, because I see them all dancing around just full of love and whatnot. But I pulled a card and I got deep replenishment, and so it says to retreat, rest, and be held. And so that kind of falls in line with what the others have said, that if you are really hard on yourself, sometimes we need to go within and just give ourselves a rest and a reprieve.
Yeah, I get patience. Not my favorite word.
Man, either.
But yeah. Thank you.
Yeah.
So you're lost in the middle of this dream, Mary Thornberry, but the gathering of people and reciting is the power of all of us together in like prayer or chant, and that power can create. And thank you. It does remind me of the Avalon story as well. It does. I could see that being, yeah. Thank you.
Yeah.
What is going on?
There is light language that's signed.
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of people do that.
Yes, there is. There is.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And somebody said that. They said it said, I think it was maybe Leah or Rossi, that it sounded like light language. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we got down to the wire here. This is Leah's vision that she got. We are going to look at this one. But before we do, I just want to say thank you to everybody. We're here every Tuesday night. We're here at 6 o'clock Pacific and 9 o'clock Eastern time. And what time is it in your neck of the woods, Teri? 7, 8. You start at 8?
8, yeah.
8 o'clock. Okay.
8 in the Midwest, yeah.
Yeah. And as you can see, we never really quite know where we're going. Tonight was a very good indication that we that we had a lot of things fun. It was. Mm-hmm. So you've been seeing the colors green, red, and blue, and we're very busy sorting them. And while awake, resting, I was hearing music in my left ear, and I dreamt the words stealing businessmen. Oh my God. We know what that is. I think.
Teri's meditation yesterday, if you did it, because I did it today, talked about listen to what's in your left ear or something.
Yeah.
So that's the first thing I thought of.
Wow.
Yeah. That's your spiritual side, right? Your ear. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Also, so I used to have an apartment when I was in my 20s, right next to a hospital, and the entities would come after they would leave the hospital, if they were walking out of their bodies, and they'd come to my apartment, and I would call in the green, red, and blue colors, the orbs, which were Archangel Michael, Patrick, and Yeshua. So, and those were their colors, and they were like, I mean, it's royalty, right? It's what it felt like. I was calling in what I knew to be the highest ones at that time in my life. And so, you could be helping these people. And the stealing businessmen could be something to do with, what they're doing with, Medicare and Social Security.
Yeah, that's what I got immediately.
Lighthouse. Yeah. Lighthouse card.
Yeah. And we can't get that out of our minds, even when we're trying to look at something different. Yeah.
I'm hearing stop. I don't mean stop, go, neutral, or whatever. And there's no finality to this. It's a complete onslaught. So there's no stop. There's no go. It's just constant one note barrage.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And then at the same time, you're hearing the music. It's kind of like just this. And if you're hearing it in one ear, it's not, it's mellifluous to the point where it's kind of drowning out everything. It's almost like white noise, and it's just like one long barrage. Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
Maybe they're the ones that are on the way out, Leah. The stealing business people.
Yeah. Yeah.
I got here. That was a soul, something that was touching your soul. And Teri, you were talking about the souls would come over to your house next to the hospital. I'm feeling that that's very true as well. But yeah. Kelly,
I got transition, and so I wonder, Leah, too, if like they all said, you're picking up on the collective, and stealing the businessman, if it doesn't have to do with the transition that we're going through, and that everything is going to be brought to light, because like Ali said, we can't shut it off. I mean, we try, we clear it, we clear our energy, and it's still there. But I do feel like it's what's going on in the collective.
Yeah. The collective consciousness, whether you want to watch what's on the news or read what's on the news or not watch and not read, it's in the collective consciousness.
Yes.
And I really, truly believe that this has been barraging us in our bodies, because today on the Chakra Show, she was saying how everybody's blocked. So we really need extra protection. We really, really do. Yeah. Yep. Yeah. Yeah. I know you do, Leah. We all do. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's exactly it. We have to get out of our heads and stay in our hearts. And that really, really, really helps if we're starting to feel anxiety, is to really get out of our head. And it's hard. I mean, sometimes we even know we need to do it and we still can't, so it's hard.
It actually makes us ill, is what it does.
It does.
And unless we consciously work to not allow that to happen,
Well, very
it will.
sick. Yeah.
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 Our hearts are custom made so cozy. You're right, Leah. That's wonderful. Oh, Erin Marie, when you mentioned the colors, it made you think of the color channels in photos, Photoshop, RGB, and CMYK. Well, that's interesting. Yeah.
Interesting. Yeah. Right?
Yeah. Yes. Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
Leah, I'm also getting to that you're hearing in your own mind how subconsciously you don't want to admit it, how this many people could be in lockstep with him, because go, stop, neutral, and then the music playing, it's almost like if it's an anthem or a national anthem or something, it's you're feeling that collective barrage, in the sense that people can't really see the forest for the trees, and you're wondering how we got to this place. That's what I think you're doing.
Yep, the heart is our antenna. You're absolutely right.
Oh, I love that. Yes.
Yeah, beautiful.
Yeah.
Lovely.
Wow. Well, thank you so much, everybody, for being with us tonight. I want to thank Teri, holding your space, Kelly Healer. They have their own channels. Make sure that you like and subscribe. And then please like and subscribe to Jeff's channel at Tarot Ask Backwards. And he's a great reader, as you can tell. And we want to still send our love out to Diana, who's usually with us. But everybody, we thank you so very much. And thank you
for
Jeff.
having me.
Sure.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thanks for coming, Jeff.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. Take care, everybody. Sweet dreams.
Bye.
Sweet dreams.